Immediately, President Trump announced the ceasefire between Israel and Iran. The market from this very area begin to move all the way to the upside. So what next for the market? Is the market going to begin to move all the way upward and break this level of important resistance? Because right now, the both parties have violated the ceasefire agreement. And if you come to the Ethereum price action right here, we see the same movement all the way to the upside. Are we going to see the market continue from where we're seeing right here all the way upward, or market is going to from here come back down? And on Pi at this very point, I believe that the markets have capability of moving all the way from here to the upside in the next coming days. I'm going to tell you why in this very video. And if you look at crypto market cap right here, the global market capitalization have increased a little bit all the way to $3.26 trillion. All of this and many more in this very video. Watch this video all the way gradually to the very end. The first thing here is the fact that we are seeing this very significant pump in the price of Bitcoin. And you will remember that this very pump is as a result of the fact that President Trump announced the ceasefire between Iran and Israel. That was yesterday. And immediately that announcement was released, we see this very pump in the market to the upside now. If any person tell you that war does not bring uncertainty in the market, then that person is just playing on your intelligence. Definitely, guys, war brings uncertainty in the market, and most especially, it drags the market all the way to the downside. We see as that war began, that was a few weeks ago, and the market all the way come back down, and immediately a ceasefire was announced. We see the market pick up. That means we should pay attention to geopolitics and what happened in the Middle East and the United States. This is very important. So from here, I think the market have capacity of moving upward. But one thing very important here is the fact that the both parties have violated the ceasefire agreement. One thing very important here is I was watching President Trump, that was just a few hours ago today, and he was talking about the reason why both parties violated the ceasefire agreement. However, he's going to still talk to them to come to the table. And one thing I know about President Trump is that he's a deal maker. However, anything can happen, but I am sure that the number one country that can drag Israel to the negotiating table is the United States, which is the greatest ally. That is why I believe a ceasefire is still going to come, okay? Even though the previous one have been violated, a ceasefire is going to come. That is why this very price action is important right now. And let me tell you what I expect from this very price action right here now. If you look at this very candle, you see the market have greater momentum moving upward. And what I am expecting is for the market to move into this very area. Very important. So even though we see the market in the next coming days as we're waiting for that final ceasefire to come into play, which I believe still have the possibility of happening before the end of this month or early next month latest, I want to see the market move into this very area. This is my personal opinion. Market can come back down, but as we wait for that ceasefire, I don't think the market is going to go below this very price level of $98,000. I don't think that possibility exists on the chart anymore, except there is no ceasefire. Then we can see the market begin to come back down. But as we are approaching the ceasefire to come, and if the ceasefire finally come to pass, then I am not expecting the market to go below $98,000 at this very point where we see the spike and the market begin to move all the way to the upside from. So this is what I am expecting on price action right now. I am expecting that this market continue from where it is right now into this very area, and a breakout on this level of important resistance is going to make us see another new all-time high on the price of Bitcoin. And this is my personal opinion. You may have something different and you're looking at something different on the price action. That is also fine. But this is what I am currently paying attention to based on what I am seeing from market sentiment and what I am seeing on price action and also on chain data. If you look at the 4-hour chart here, you discover that the market moved all the way upward from this very point. We see the market move upward, and then right here is a resistance right at this very point, which means if market go up a little bit and break this resistance, this little resistance is going to move into this very area. Obviously, retracement before continuation to the upside. That is what I am expecting on the 4-hour chart BTC USDT. And you need to pay attention to this as well to be in the right direction of the market. So on the 4-hour chart BTC USDT, what I am expecting is for the market to move up a little bit, and then we should see correction from this very area or pullback. Then market is going to continue upward again all the way to the upside. But on the 1-day chart, I am very confident market is going to move all the way to the upside, and I don't expect the market to go below this very area of $98,000, especially if the ceasefire is reached between Israel and Iran. This is my personal opinion right now on price action. And if you come to the Ethereum 1-day chart, it is covered that the market is also very bullish, looking very bullish right here. And what I want to see is for market to move upward as well. However, we have this very strong level of resistance right at this very point where market crashed below this very area from. And you notice that market come into this fair value gap area that I was talking about on price action. So this very fair value gap start from this very area, and then you see that the market just spike into this very area, and then we see this very move to the upside, which means markets have capability of moving all the way to the upside. Now the same thing on Ethereum. Once the ceasefire is reached, I am not expecting the market to go below $2,100 anymore. I expect that the market begin to move all the way to the upside. And of course, if you look at this very move very well, you see the market move all the way from here to this very area, and this is about 60% correction. Okay, 60% correction is good enough correction. If you put the Fibonacci 2 on this very price action, you discover that this will be exactly the golden pocket position, which means market have a lot of capability from here to move all the way to the upside. And that is why I am looking at this right now on price action. So for the ETH 1-day chart, expect markets to move upward. That is my personal opinion. I am expecting market to move all the way to the upside in the next coming days. And if you look at the 4-hour chart here, ETH USDT, expect the market to move into this very area, and then a correction is necessary on the 4-hour chart, because if markets break on this little resistance right here that is resisting the market right now, then obviously the market is going to move into this very area and then come back here. This very point of resistance will then act as a support for the market to move all the way to the upside. This is very important. Let me recap that for you to get that better understanding. You see, there is a resistance right here where the market crashed into this very area from. Right now, market is at the same point right here, which means a breakout here will make the market to push into this level of resistance. Of course, market will not just be moving all the way from here to this very point. We need retracement to happen in the market, and that is what I am expecting. Once this breakout happen and market get into this very area, market should retrace, the market is going to continue all the way to the upside. So what you should pay attention to is for the market to move upward and then come back down to retest this very area of resistance, which will now turn as a support for the market to move all the way to the upside on the ETH 4-hour chart. This is what I am personally looking at right now on this very price action. And of course, the price of Pi is looking very, very good. Look at it right here. I expect the market to move all the way to the upside on the price of Pi. In fact, in my immediate last video, I was talking about the market coming back down to create a new close on price action on the 1-day chart. And the exact same thing happened right here. Look at it. This was the previous close at this very area. And then we have a new close at this very point, which means the market have oversold for a very long time, which means we have capability right now of moving all the way to the upside. And that is why I am expecting the price of Pi USDT 1-day chart to move all the way to this very point of important resistance. Okay, so this area of resistance is very important, and that is where I am expecting the market to move into right here. This is where I am expecting the market to move into from this very point where it is right now of 0.53 market should move upward, and then from here we have retracement a little bit and then continuation all the way to the upside, especially if the market break out on this level of important resistance. This is what you must have to pay attention to right now to be in the right direction of the market. So on the price of Pi USDT 1-day chart, expect the market to from here move all the way to the upside. Everything is based on the fact that I am personally expecting Iran and Israel to come to a ceasefire agreement, and I am expecting that to happen this month and latest early next month. Okay, this is very important, and this is my personal opinion. They may not reach the agreement, they may reach the agreement, no one knows what is going to happen, but this is what I feel about the market right now, and based on what I am seeing on price action and sentimental data. And if you come to the coin market cap right here, you discover that the global market capitalization have increased a little bit from what we saw previously in the past 48 hours, from $3.21 trillion to $3.26 trillion, which means obviously as the price of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Sol, and XRP begin to move all the way to the upside, creating a significant new move, liquidity is flowing back into the market. Obviously, we should see a rise in the price of the market capitalization. That is why we are seeing this increase all the way to the upside. Look at it right here. 4.3% all the way increase to the upside in the past 24 hours. And if you look at the fear and greed index, at least it's still at the neutral position, but there is a little point increase to the neutral position from 45, 46. Right now, market is at 47, already neutral, but I believe as we approach next month of trading, that is July, I expect the market to flip back into the greed area. And this is my personal opinion as well on this very price action. The most important thing right now is that yesterday, Iran sent few missiles to US base in Qatar and just few damage, no human injury or casualty, which means there is a de-escalation between Iran and the United States, which I believe that area have been solved, but between Israel and Iran, that tension is still ongoing. In my opinion, I believe a ceasefire is possible this month and latest early next month. It may happen, it may not happen. This is my personal opinion, okay? And if the ceasefire comes true, then that means I don't expect Bitcoin to go below $98,000 anymore. I expect price to increase all the way to the upside, including the price of Ethereum and many other altcoins out there. This is what you must have to pay attention to be in the right direction of the market. Consider supporting this channel by leaving a like for this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on the bell notification for more crypto videos like this one. Also check the channel for other crypto content. Join our Telegram channel, the link in the description of this very video, and also in the pinned comment for more crypto updates. Join right now, link down below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.